Are you still doing the escalation
this
protocol?
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets. With that, we head up to MetLife Stadium as we'll hand it over to the two men that'll call the action, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A short time ago, the Jets defense introduced to this crowd, and one of the biggest ovations was for the big man, Leonard Williams, as he and his mates get set to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Hello, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and partner, our long national nightmare is over. After 6 months away, we're back to playing football.
And this is way better than Watergate, isn't it? Now we get to have some fun. Watch the veterans. They'll play a little bit. We know that. But the big thing, this new crop of rookies and young guys, they get their chance to take the field and earn their spot.
Are you still in the same game? I was gonna say, I was like, dude.
Here's the Jets' new kicker, Cairo Santos, to get us started. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by a guy who's been around the league for quite a while. It's the veteran quarterback, Matt Schaub.
I think Matt Schaub has gotten the maximum out of his abilities in the NFL. Started as a backup in the league, became a starter with the Houston Texans, and went to Pro Bowls. In fact, one year he was the Pro Bowl MVP. Put up some big-time numbers and won a bunch of games along the way.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. And here are the Falcon offensive starters.
4 straight seasons of 1,000 yards for Julio Jones as wide receiver. One of the strongest receivers in the league. Runs over defensive backs, but also thinks his way through the game. Really knows how to collaborate with his quarterback, Matt Ryan.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Now let's go. Green 39. Detroit 39.
Here's Schaub. It's complete. Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not
Austin
before
Hooper.
he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And Freeman lost the football. And the Jets have recovered.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
Preseason.
yeah, right now, it'll come regular season. He's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
New York set to take the field. So McCown comes up as the Jets have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
It's caught by Clive Walford. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. And that one results in 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
And McCown's throw there, incomplete.
But you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
McCown going to hand this one off to Powell. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Jermaine Curse from 4 yards out. And the Jets have taken a first quarter lead.
Always.
As touchy as it can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Now Hardy on the return.
Come on.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now
I thought it was me.
Caught on the right side by Jones. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10
Sack, let's go.
at the 38. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers go sideline to sideline.
Oh my God, of course they convert and
make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
Okay,
They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
And
defense,
how the hell you
40
convert?
yards.
Third and
Highlight the back
22.
end of this defense, and especially focus in on the safety duo of Jamal Adams and Marcus May. Adams, their first-round pick. May, their second-round pick, and both had tremendous rookie seasons. Both can play free safety or strong safety. I call them mirrors. What one is doing, the other's doing the opposite.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They'll look to throw here. Hard throw, incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball
Here, Ingram.
court,
Ingram.
right? They want
Can't
to
speak
contest
his name
each
right.
and every
Ingram.
pass.
Great
Just
contest
don't be you
on
that's
third
injured.
down to bring up fourth. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes
Get up there.
all
Get up there.
along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So McCown comes up as the Jets have it first and 10
Third and 1.
at their own 25-yard line. They start this with a run for Powell. And it caught up. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Yes. Picked up a fumble. Yay, Bilal Powell.
So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so
Ingram.
many times it's more a matter of
Ingram
what the
is
offensive
injured.
guy
Come on, man.
didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Yeah, he got up mad quick. It didn't look like he was injured.
27-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people.
Fumble. Oh my God, you're a pussy. As soon as I put you in, the first reception, you just... Oh, you're garbage.
I know.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to fight through one tackle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll
Got
work
this
out
thing
being a
too.
loss of 2. And they're going to have a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. You know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say. Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Let's go, bottom line. You know, I said in basketball.
Many different ways to create
Let's
space,
go.
but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to.
Got them right back.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt.
Stiff
because
arm.
Protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do
So
on that
safe,
play,
Lombard.
but it didn't gain him any yardage.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons
Oh.
in possession to
Down.
begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out.
Here we go.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And they're going to go.
Oh my
He's
God, that
sacked
could have been
back
picked
around
off.
the 28.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's going to be
Touchdown.
caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. As his guys are in for 6. And the Falcons are in for 6. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Here's Bosher to kick it away.
Let's go, Odell.
Darius Stewart now on the return.
First down, move the chains.
The New York set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others.
Hold on. Still? Jesus.
You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Throwing is Bridgewater. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. First down, Bridgewater. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get... there for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
We just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A first throw for the backup Ryan. Under pressure.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hold on a second.
They're going to try and throw. Eluding the pressure right. This is brought in by Hardy. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
All right, I'm back.
Coleman. Room here to run.
Nice cut, Devin Coleman.
Inside the 35-yard line. 18 yards on each of the last 2 plays. And they're
Brandon
up
played
big
his,
chunks
and I was
now.
like, you know what? Let me play mine. Huh?
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, but you're getting
after
it
this
like
short timeout.
tomorrow or today or depending on, money.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Okay.
Ito Smith, his first carry, and he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line.
So what did they say about the pot?
linebacker brings him down.
Oh.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Oh.
Over the middle, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Hey.
They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll work it inside the 29-yard line.
3rd string
Now
quarterback.
here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fielded about a yard deep. Getting set to go here, Isaiah Crowell in the offense. Trot back out there. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
You have it.
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we draw so far, they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Bridgewater. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Being chased out left.
Bridgewater.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Just need to be smart.
1st down throw for Bridgewater. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Toward the pylon, caught. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here.
They ran out of
So we
time.
have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the
Get out of
year.
there. Get.
As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman
Hey,
in
you
our
too.
EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles
Hey,
at MetLife
put her
Stadium
away.
in
She's
just
chewing
a
on
minute or
cords.
two. It is the first Friday night of the NFL preseason. We had 12 games last night. Just one other game going on later finds Detroit at Oakland. Matt Patricia and John Gruden on the sidelines for that one. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon Guy.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second
Yeah, just
half
don't
as
go
we get back
overboard
at it
because
underway
not
this
everybody has the
preseason
opportunity to do
opener.
it.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick
Brandon.
it up.
Hi, Brandon.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone
You're
like
finally
that,
able to connect.
it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
Well, I mean, he is like their future. They might not want to get rid of him.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude.
Boom!
That's caught inside.
Look at this. Dude, my 4th string quarterback is not doing half bad.
64 yards.
Because I'm not playing Matt Ryan in the preseason.
The
Like at all.
Falcons are going to leave the offense out
Because
there.
I don't
They'll
have
go
to.
for 2.
Because
As a fan, is there
Don't need him
anything
getting hurt.
prettier than a well-executed
So
post
Matt
grab?
Schaub.
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's under a heavy rush and down he goes.
So Matt Schaub started. He played for the
Tried
first
to get
quarter.
two, and
And
ended
then
up getting none
my
because
third-string
the
quarterback
had nowhere to go.
got
The
hurt.
ball ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Fielded about a yard deep.
Wait, when did Tavon
And
Austin
they'll take
become a
this from
running
here
back?
to 25, call it the 26-yard line.
No, he was a receiver, wasn't he?
And New York set to take the field.
Yeah, he
And
came
on the
out
last
and he was
go-around, they really
number
couldn't get
11.
anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general.
Yeah, because he was a receiver for the Rams. I guess he just moved to a position that they may have needed.
First down and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They'll run it again with Crowell. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Holding offense.
Let's see. Do I want 3rd and 5 or 2nd and 17?
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, it's Crowell across the 30 to the 31-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Now Grayson. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone.
Yeah,
and not worried about
he
traffic
plays
coming
you
down
and then
the
plays
other
me.
end. It's really easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
They will run again with Coleman. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Grayson now. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st.
Well, no, they
and
don't
10.
show it. That's the way the game is.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Again, it's Crowell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And while there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the
all
ball, passing
pro,
the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh, Jesus.
Pressure too much as down he goes. Brandon Copeland in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Back to throw
That's
here.
39.
He's going to rifle one deep left side.
No.
And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. Down now.
Hit off my guy's hands, bounced in the air, went nowhere.
But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you
I don't know how to put two hands
together.
together.
Out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
That's taken on the 25.
Is he
getting on the return that time, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Jets offensive
Teach
unit
me
ready
football?
to get going here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain.
Did you say
Too
it's a
many of these
flying
drives
turd?
just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket
Oh,
out to
okay,
him
I was
to
gonna
keep him
say, I
warm.
was like, that guy
A lot of
catches
times the
that, but
punter
my
just
dude
puts
can't
on
catch one that hits right on
sweatpants
the
or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer.
That dude
right
had to
now
jump
with all
up
the work he's getting.
like he was one of the
beauty
Twin
of being able
Towers.
to play
to
a
catch
zone
that.
defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Have a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Bridgewater. And this
Yeah.
is going to be
Nice play, even
incomplete.
though my guy never looked at the ball.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Wow. The announcer just said that that guy deserves a bronze leg for punting the ball.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, 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 gone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get out
So
to the
far
32.
I've had one.
Brought down there. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's 2nd down. And that is
In my
for this 3rd quarter of action.
in my
We'll
offline
return with
season,
more
I had like
preseason
6 injuries in my
football
first
on
game.
EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th.
Let's go! 319! 319! Gone!
They'll drop the throw.
Oh, what a, oh, jeez, why did I?
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player,
Ventus, stop biting your wiener.
with the completion,
Stop it.
maybe not so cool with the yardage lost, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big
Well, no,
play for
the
them,
vet
right?
said
Able
that
to figure it out, sniff it out,
him
and finish
scratching
it
it.
off.
Throw left side complete. It's Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into
Yeah, but
enemy
I don't
territory.
straight up eat my dick
They
to
convert
try
on
to
3rd
scratch
with
it.
a gain of 22.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to
Did
stop
you say
them
it's
there.
not his fault?
So
He doesn't
frustrating
have help?
defensively. Pray away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And some room to maneuver. Good coverage downfield. Led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Green 39!
Ventus.
Green 39!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go now.
Here's Coleman. And an alley to run.
Tevin Coleman, nice cut.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He goes for 18.
I don't know, with this performance, I might play Tevin Coleman over Devontae Freeman.
They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
Because
And before the
I don't know if
series
it's
began,
just
I
the
know
game
Zach was
being
saying the
dumb with
defensive
run
line,
plays,
guys, we gotta get no less
but
than a 3 and out. Let's get off the
I
field.
run so much better with Tevin
They
Coleman.
can't find any traction towards doing that.
I have
Right now,
9
they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's just I feel so much better moving with Coleman. Like Devontae Freeman, I think he had like 10 carries for like 8 yards, and Coleman has
Down to the 2-yard line.
7 carries for
That catch
53.
good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Who the fuck is that fat guy?
Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I mean, you're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work...
No. Oh, wait, no.
Wish you hadn't.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the
I heard Isaiah Crowell.
Now as we look down at it,
Yeah, he's their starter.
Shake it up on the play. Definitely the last
RG3?
thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Second down, Bridgewater.
Get him! Safety!
21-7.
21-7.
Taken down in the end zone for a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a two-score game, even with the 2 points there. But let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right
Yo,
direction.
Tevin Coleman sat under that because they had to punt the ball after the safety. He sat under that for the longest time, and it bopped him in the helmet. Like, he didn't even stick his hands up to try to catch it. It went thump. And then he caught it off his helmet.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, "Don't do that again." What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from that.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot at the 44.
Backup right tackle or starting.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
They might not be in. Might be your backup.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away
First
these
quarter
final
3,
couple
second
of minutes
quarter 10,
and put this one in the
third
left-hand
quarter
column.
6, fourth quarter 2. Hey.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. As he'll turn it over here before what will be an important third down.
Wish I knew what happened to my phone.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. On 3rd and short, they'll try
Did you
and
say
pick it up
you
through
have
the
a couple
air.
things of mini-wheels?
Escaping the pressure right. He may trouble. And the ball is knocked out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
There you go.
I know it's
Tevin
coaches
Coleman,
screaming, just
first
hang on
down.
to the ball, man.
Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Right back to it on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Come on and get shifty. Get shifty in
That one
here.
looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On third down, that's Coleman. Whoosh.
Boom! Tevin Coleman. I like how quick he cuts, too.
A big gain there, and that
He's got
should
96
certainly
yards.
be enough to put this one in the win column.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the
Ooh,
first,
Odell
doesn't
Beckham.
it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You know, if this is the regular season partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a
The
sign of things
punter.
to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Bridgewater now. Now a desperation throw deep down.
Boom!
And this
Picked
is
off.
intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by DeMonte Casey.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here.
I swear, the
Down 2
Falcons
scores.
have so many people named
Definitely should make some
Devontae.
throws you definitely
They have
wouldn't want to
Devontae
make.
Freeman.
I think this
They have a
interception
safety on
is gonna
defense
pretty
named
much write an
Devontae
end to this
Casey.
one.
A first down carry for Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump
Chaco
all week in your own home facility. No
I
one
forgot
thinks
he's like
you
an
can do
actual
this.
person.
Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. Good night, everybody.